everyone. A very good afternoon to all of you and welcome to this session. We are going to do some more questions for IBPS PO Mains English. Those who don't know me, I'm Niharika John Mahal. I have been teaching English for more than 10 years now, and now I am teaching the platform of CrackGradeB. You will find my courses under my sessions under our courses, and those courses are on website, so check them out as well. Here we are going through some of the topics, we are going through some of the questions, especially the concepts behind the question, so that you may have a good revision and time of practice आपके PO mains के लिए. Let's wait for a minute or two for more students to join. And जब तक आप लोग like और share कर दे वीडियो को, subscribe our channel. This is a new channel. We need your support, so subscribe if you are new. We're again going to do questions through timer, using timer. You'll get an idea how much time you are as a person, as a singular person, individual you are taking. That's the first question. Also, we have started the timer, so start doing it, start working on it. Answer आपको यहाँ chat में देना है. Instruction क्या करना है question में, it's given already over there. Okay, so the answer for this question is D. Again, as I told in the previous session, yesterday's session, what you are supposed to check is not just grammar related errors, thinking an adverb is used in the place of adjective or something like that, but you are supposed to check syntax also. Okay, so what do we find here is D, that is wrong. A collaboration of, there is a collaboration that is of conservation of water along with other things. So of course, along with other things, we can talk about it as a collab through hundreds of projects. Okay, now projects as whatever the things are here, they are spread over so much of area. The integrated watershed management program, this program started and this program aims. So the nearest subject here is program for the aims, and it makes sense. Correct. Now, program was started in 2009 with an aim of conservation. That's the aim. Okay, not only saving water but also, so it's a collaboration of more than two things. Now, the program that was started, this program aims to fight drought, and this is how it happened. Third one is also right. The management program started in 2009 aims to drought India. What kind of program? Anyways, drought is not used as a verb. So that's the very first thing why we know this is wrong. Also aims to do what? It has an aim of conservation, aim to fight drought. To drought? No. So that's why we cannot use this one. It's absolutely wrong. This was one question left from yesterday's lot. Chalo. So since this is a close test, we are going to do all the blanks together. For every blank, you have three options. So please mark answer accordingly, and I will show you, I will explain you all the answers in one go. A to E, first you do, and then I'll explain. Next one. Answer for this one is B. Okay. Is your answer. Excuse me. Okay, so let's now understand. No one believes that so-called Spanish flu originated in Spain. The pandemic likely acquired this nickname because of World War One, which was in its full swing at its peak. Okay, that means it was at that time at the highest point. Reaching the climax is ending something, which we are not doing here, right? Because we get to see more context, more story ahead, and here the pandemic acquired a name because of which, so it was ending, it was a good thing. Why would that become a reason for a name to be acquired, a nickname to be acquired? So only the first and the second one. Then the next one, B blank, it says the major countries involved in the war were keen to avoid encouraging their enemies. So reports of dash were suppressed in these countries. So, what could be reports about? Extent of the flu, magnitude of the illness. Okay, both of them they mean the same. How much it has spread, data or maybe news related to it, these were suppressed. Extension of the disease. So, let's say if disease is in A level, now it has reached to a C level or something, extension could mean that. But extension, elongating something, especially time, is not what we can use in the right context of illness over here. Then, uh, Spain had no need to keep the flu dash. Okay, see, that created the false impression that Spain was dash the disease. So other countries were suppressing, but Spain wasn't. So Spain had no need to keep the flu under wraps, or the meaning of under wraps is undisclosed. Okay, off the beaten track makes no sense. Under wraps is the phrase, undisclosing something, something kept under wrap means we are not disclosing it. So that's what we have, and already no need yahan likha hua hai. So in other words, Spain had nothing to hide. That's what we are saying, and first and the third one will come here. Then that created false impression. Now people were misunderstanding what Spain was doing. Spain was most hard hit by bearing the brunt of, that is the idiom. Bearing the brunt of means getting the most hit, being something, someone who is going through the maximum effect of something. Most affected hota first to sahi hota. Okay, so affect as a verb means asar. Okay, इफेक्ट एज अ वर्ब मीन्स किसी चीज को लागू करना, इम्प्लीमेंट करना. ओके, दैट्स व्हाई वी कैन नॉट गो विद दिस वन, एंड आवर आंसर इज ओनली द सेकंड एंड द थर्ड वन. ओके, so I hope you are getting this. Then this one, fifth one, after a little bit of reading, much of the high death rate dash crowding in camps. Okay, so we can attribute, can be attributed to, can be V3 connected with, could have been the result of, with, of, to. सबके बाद noun आएगा. If not noun, we need to use a gerund. That's what we are getting here. Okay, and what do we get to see is the reason, that is crowding. Every phrase here, A, B, C, first, second, third, they mean the same. So the answer was all. For this one, I'm not going to show you the timer. This is hybrid RC that you get in mains. Usually we get to see this in mains. So you have a specific question right now here. Please see what is to be done, understand what is asked here, and then I will give you some time to solve it, and then I'll show you the answer. And first we will do the complete RC, and then I will explain one by one all the questions. Answer is C. Move on to the next question. Please go through the passage. Giving you time to read as well. So why is this a hybrid RC? Because some questions are just based on reading a few things, but for some you have to go through the whole given para. So for the first question, you were supposed to fill this blank and then keep the context in mind, the idea in mind, because you'll have to do other questions as well. Okay. So many low CO2 cements have emerged as attractive, more suitable alternatives to traditional Portland cement. Dash, this has limited the industry's ability. Okay, so we are saying they have emerged as attractive. Now we are saying this has limited, okay, the ability. What happened in between? Despite the extensive, we want to change the tone here, we want to talk about a contrast here. So despite the extensive environmental and technical benefits achievable, the construction industry, now we're talking about the industry, because when you say the industry, there is a question, which industry am I talking about? IT, if I am talking about medicine industry. So the industry, the name is construction industry. One clue. Has been slow to take up the sustainable technologies which have instead been focused primarily. So this is despite bringing contrast, talking about specific name of the industry, and that's why it will come in A. These two reasons were more than enough to use C here in the A blank. Next question. What is the primary purpose of the author in the first para? Primary purpose in only first para, which is very clearly marked up for you. Cement, the glue in concrete, is all these. Concrete is second only to water in terms of commodity use, and the world produces more than so much. Recent reports have indicated that since introduction of Portland cement, our built environment is now outgrowing the natural environment that has existed for millions of years. This is driven by rapid urbanization. So author is talking about how urbanization is taking place and all these things are being used. And there is a prediction also that by 2050, 80% of the world's population is expected to live in cities. That means we will just a second. So, 80% of the people will be living in cities. More urbanization is expected. More buildings will be built. So, this is to highlight the significance of cement and show that would remain critical in the future. Okay, so to highlight the significance that we can see, because it's author is calling it the glue, and it is also talking about how it is important in the whole building process, and also how it would remain critical, because we are saying by 2025 the majority, it's a big majority, in fact 80%. So that was your answer. To discuss the impact of population growth, no. Cement specifically is given here. To highlight the impact of the cement industry, to discuss the invention, if it would have been invention, you would get more detail. Who invented, how it came into existence. So other options made no sense over here. What is clear from the passage? This much was about cement and how urbanization is growing. Now let's quickly read the second half also, second para also, because the passage means the whole passage. So however, the ability to construct engineering masterpieces such as all these with a high cost, cement production alone accounts for 8% of CO2 emissions. That's a lot. Other industries such as energy, agriculture reduce their share of emissions. Cement production may account for nearly a quarter of all human driven emissions. Shifting completely to sustainable cement could save between so much of emissions. Now we are talking about pollution basically. These are savings that could be achieved today. Savings could reach to a different number by 2050. This reduction in carbon footprint can be achieved solely by changing the type of cement. So there is an alternative that author is saying here. Further savings are achievable by doing something. So it's clear that the transition to sustainable alternatives can help reducing the emissions and carbon footprint. It's clearly given. See, this is the intro part. The first para is the intro part where we get to see that how the cement came into existence and how much we use it. We are talking about first how widespread the use is. Then we are going to explaining the part where we talk about how much it is affecting our environment, and then we are coming towards we have to find an alternative because it's a lot of emissions every year. That's why transitioning to alternatives can help we get to understand clearly from the passage after reading the details. Okay. Seeing other options, emissions from the cement industry will be, that means for sure, relatively more in the coming years. See, guys, emissions from the cement industry, oh, it's for sure gonna be relatively more. What if cement industry they change their way of production? They some breakthrough comes. So saying this thing with surety, for sure, is not something I get from this from this passage. Cement production does not contribute. This is totally opposite. The environmental cost of cement usage are not significant. We don't get to read about it. We get to read about how harmful it is, how emissions are harmful and they are growing, and that's why answer was D alone. This one was error detection question embedded in the passage. Such questions we have seen in previous years और अभी और भी आगे आ सकते हैं. So basically error detection था, but यहाँ पे कोई error नहीं है. That's the answer. Further savings, plural, are achievable with more efficient design noun, adjective, and the use of cements. Because we are talking about cement. See, now one could be confused with the word cements. In English, whenever we mention any material, we don't pluralize it. That's true. Cement, brick, okay, mortar. But when we are talking about cements, you see, we have named a cement here. Portland cement, the type of cement we have already spoken about. We are talking about alternatives. That's why we are counting types of cement and not cement as a material. That's why this word is correct in this context. So that less cement is required to achieve what the same outcome. No error. Okay, sure. Let's move ahead. Okay, just need to pick something. Let's take a break of 1 minute, 1 to 2 minutes. Okay, almost done. I'm actually giving you a new set of questions. Just be a little patient. We are almost done here. I want to give you more RCs. Putting it on screen now. Okay, there we go. I hope you will be able to see it now. Okay, please start doing it. It's just one slide passage. It's only this much. Please start reading it. I'm gonna start timer. You won't be able to see the timer. I'll keep a check on it because it's already filling up our screen. And I hope you are able to read it. Let me know once you are done reading. Make sure to answer here in the chat. The answer is A and B. Next. It's an assumption question. Please do it carefully. Keep your mobile on full screen or laptop on. Okay, so the answer here is the first and the third one. Let's understand. Let's read from the first. Now there is a passage given in front of you. Let's see. Unlike the bastardized gravies that pass off as Delhi's historical cuisine in restaurants, Mughlai or Delhi dishes still existing in the homes of old Delhiwalas are refined cooking of the communities. So, author is beginning on this note that some of the gravies now we call them Mughlai or Delhi, but the original ones are still in their houses of some old Delhi people, Delhiwalas. Okay, these dishes bear testimony to a culture, that can be found in the repertories of different communities. So the original recipe is still there, but these days, the different versions are there in the market. Basically, this is what it is there. The nihari may be Delhi's most recognized bazaar dish. Okay, and how it is, you don't need to read about the process. But it is the stew that is likely to give more joy to connoisseur of Delhi food. Referencing European stews, the stew, meat and whole spices stewed together and then bhunot, that is the Hindi word ka English, that to char something, possibly came up at the intersection of Mughal and colonial works. Alternatively called Khade Masale ka Bhuna Gosht, it is distinctly similar to Kosha Mangsho, that is the uh, Delhi Bengali dish. So it is a comparison and mentioning about dish over here. Homely dishes like the seasonal salons, etc., are like so and so. Two curry like dishes are like so and so. Then mangochi is made with soaked and ground moong dal instead of basin, and then we have one kind of saag, that is spinach blended with moong dal. So again, some kind of types of food dishes that we find there, we get to see. Some bazaar dishes too have fallen off the map. That is gola kebab, that was a variation we hardly get to see. Unlike in modern restaurants where one establishment serves everything, kebab street food requires specialist kebabchis. And author is all about maintaining the originality. He's saying that we don't get the authentic dish now. Then naan bhai's baking, the bakar khanis remain, but what is a real bakar khani is less evident. We don't know how exactly the real one was. As Delhi's old syncretic culture fades away, we are left with fewer examples of its culinary legacies. Ultimately, it's fading away. So, which of the following the author is most likely to agree with? Delhi's cuisine is a modern version of Delhi cuisine? Yes, he has already compared and told us that it's a comparison. He's saying that now what we get is not the original one. It is clear distinction between bazaar dishes and homely dishes. Yes, homely dishes, whole one paragraph dedicated bazaar dishes and how they are different. You do get to see them. So both A and B. Modern food establishment does not have separate chefs. He has not commented on this. Okay, he has mentioned that for kebabs you need special kebab cheese. For naan pies making, these are the people who make this bakar khanis. I'm sorry if I'm naming or pronouncing them wrong, but that's how I see them. So you see, C is not mentioned in the passage, cannot be my answer. Now, fallen off the map, you were just wanted to go through what exactly and how exactly is used in the sentence. Don't read everything for this type of question at least. To become unpopular, fallen off the map, imagine something is no more on the map. That means you cannot recognize it, you don't know it, it has become unpopular. So this is how you understand this one. Now, assumptions, very important. So here, whatever options are in assumptions, you may not get in the passage because these are what things you're assuming. But the base of assumption has to be from the passage. Okay, whatever the arguments author has made, that should be relevant. Okay, so Delhi's culinary lack lacks substance. Author nowhere indicated he's comparing out. Okay, he's comparing what was authentic, but now things have changed and there is no more that authentic cuisine taste and all. But lacking substance means they are very bad now. There is no importance of Delhi modern cuisine, so that's why we cannot say that it lacks substance. It's different, but author is nowhere demeaning the present modern food there. Lack of interest resulted in decline of Delhi food. We got to see a comparison. Did you get any hint that people were resisting, people were not interested, and that's why the other types of gravies or the modern version of gravies and food that started in all the places in Delhi? Nowhere that is any hint by the author. Authentic cuisines are always accompanied by good storytelling. See, we get to see that because he is mentioning that how communities that made up Shah Jahanabad and they bear testimony to a culture. That bearing testimonies, there is a hidden story, the whole background attached with a dish. So author is not saying it directly, but I can assume the third option based on how author has written this passage. It's clearly given here. Delhi's old cuisine was a not bland, but blend of various cuisine. No, it was very specific, very different that we get to see. So fourth is also something I cannot assume. And the last question. Now it's specific about stew that is here. Now, which of the following is true? It is influenced by both European and Mughal cuisine. So, referencing European, you get to see, we get to see this issue that is made of this. It came up at the intersection of Delhi's Mughal and colonial worlds. So, it is influenced by both. Okay, that's how you interpret it. It is Delhi's most recognized bazaar dish. Most is making this option extreme. Not only that, it is not mentioned here. No. It has different names in different regions, alternatively called Khade Masale Ka Bhuna Gosht. This an another name for this? So we know that in different regions it's called different. Similar to its kosha. This is what is a Bengali dish. So yes, there are different names for this dish in different regions. It was made to ward off the cold during winter. Winter se bachne ke liye. We don't get any evidence of this. This is a question which is a direct question. You have to see what all information you get about this issue in the passage, and based on that, you have to select your options. So there you go. There was nothing as such here. So first and the third one alone. Okay, that's it for this session. I will be glad to see you guys in live classes because I just have a few classes left here. Soon I have my course, the RBI exam course starting, and I'll be having classes there. So here are just a few more limited sessions available for you. Make sure to be a part of it. Okay. Thank you so much, and I'll see you later. Bye bye. Take care.